This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by LibertyActivism.info.
I'm standing here with Glenn Jacobs, also known as WWE's Kane, a great wrestler and a great liberty activist.
Do I get to do the RidleyReport?
You can say whatever you want. But I do have a couple questions for you.
Sure, man. Sure.
First, I'm curious as to whether you have any kind of timeline yet as to when you're going to move to New Hampshire.
I don't, unfortunately. It's still sort of up in the air, and at this point, unfortunately, it's not really my decision.
Do you have any thoughts of? Are you considering any kind of political run?
Maybe at some point in the future. I think maybe everybody entertains that thought, but nothing concrete, of course.
What's the difference between you and Jesse Ventura? Jesse's a straight talker, and I have a lot of respect for him, actually. When I first learned about him getting into politics, I wasn't quite sure, frankly, about his motivation, but he got in, I think, for the right reasons. But Jesse is not like... he's not as much of a libertarian. He's more libertarian leaning. He still believes that the government can serve certain useful purposes beyond what the mandate of the founding fathers was. I was reading in his latest book how he talked about mass transit and public education and those sort of things. And of course, as from a libertarian perspective, the government shouldn't be involved in that sort of stuff at all. So Jesse's one of those guys, and don't get me wrong, I said I have a lot of respect for him, but he thinks that government can work, whereas I just think government works for certain people and not for everybody else. All right. What are your plans for the next 3 years, if I may ask?
I don't know, man. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing and coming up here and hanging out with you guys, and it's just great.
All right. Thanks for coming out here.
RidleyReport.com.
Thanks.
LibertyActivism.info. In fighting for freedom, some approaches work, others suck. LibertyActivism.info is a repository of your success stories. Tell us what works best for you and find out what has worked for others. LibertyActivism.info.